temp sensor. Where'd that temp sensor go? Where'd that temp sensor go? Did you see the bag that was on top of here?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I moved that. I pull your cell phone and stick it over here and you get pulled into the magnet. Just grab your phone.
Oh.
Put it right on the, you can put it right on the table. Here's the...
Yeah, there we go. This is what I wanted. There's a magnet that you can put on there, Velcro, in the bag. So I'll let you use what you want. I'm going to actually run it through here for you.
It's a temperature sensor.
Right. You put it anywhere you want. It'll monitor the temperature of the room. Right. So I'll just kind of run that.
Some kind of content. Thermocouple content. Yeah. And that's where that shut it down.
No. You can set it.
You can set an alarm if you go up to 90 degrees.
Right. You can have this shut it down or whatever.
I see, because a lot of these are installed in small
Data center.
Yes. Right.
You know, that kind of stuff.
There's air in here.
Yeah, you should be in good shape.
Okay. First thing you're going to see is this screen here. Okay, that's going to be your default screen. What you're going to see all the time is that load on light.
Yep.
Obviously, if you don't see that load light, that's not on. So you'll see your charge all the time. If not by the end of the day, tomorrow morning, that'll be at 100%. Okay? Your load won't change unless you continue to add stuff. Right. Your input voltage, your output voltage, you shouldn't see that fluctuate really much at all. For 116, you may see go up or down on days. Frequency will stay the same.
It is, but they're measuring phase.
Phase and neutral.
Phase and neutral, not phase to phase.
Your runtime is going to be affected by your battery charge and also by your load. So you could have 100% charge and you can add another 20% load on there, and that runtime is going to drop. Okay?
The only thing I was guaranteed was 18 minutes after. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's good. I'd rather have.
Yeah. You still had over an hour even with the other 4 out. And if you needed more, you got room for 4 more.
How often does one need to replace the batteries? Is there a diagnostic for that? Or?
This will do a test. Actually, the self-test is disabled. It takes a while to do, so I won't be doing that today. But you can set it to be on, or you can just set it to be manual. I recommend just setting it so that if you want to do it and you're in here, set it, let it run while you're doing it. And that'll verify the power module, which is this section. Your batteries down here. The batteries are hot swappable. Just pull them out. It should tell you on the screen that the batteries have been taken out, that you decreased. Okay, and you'll see your runtime go down. You lost the string. One battery out, you lose that whole string. Just give them a nice firm push in. It'll tell you that it was increased if it sees it. The batteries are 3 to 5 years. Okay, that's a standard battery life expectancy. Also depends on the use. One thing I do recommend is keeping up on the warranty if you have it, because it's to put it back in warranty. It's parts and labor.
Warranty covers battery or not?
It'll cover for the first whatever year you have. If you've got it, like now, I think you've got 1 year. You can extend the warranties.
One battery is gone.
Right, but not after the 5 years or 3 years.
So 5 years you can't buy.
3 to 5, you will need to replace them. They'll need to be replaced.
But after the 5 years, you're out of warranty on the battery.
If you purchased a 5-year warranty, that's correct.
So I probably.
And they'll never replace all of them. I think they give you a percentage of credit. I don't get into how they work with all that. The warranty you can actually.
Yeah.
Right, and the warranty you can actually find online, or in the book. Yeah, exactly. Modules are not hot swappable. System has to go into bypass. I'll go over that with you over there. The network management card, you have contacts here and temperature, so if you needed to run something, say like if you needed to put this, you could actually put this down soft, manually shut it down.
Based on a percentage.
Exactly. If that temperature got up to a certain point, it's too hot in here, that's got to shut down because this has got to. Heat affects battery life expectancy. Okay.
You can also say if you got down to 10% runtime or 5 minutes of runtime.
Right.
You could start shutting down the old computer.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If it's a physical connection. You can use contact
I
connections.
see.
So if you got to a runtime,
I don't think I can automate
shut it down.
But the web card is the intelligence of the system.
Yeah.
And the only time you're really going to use this display is when you're in front of it and you've got to do something. Typically, you're not even going to bother using it. And if you need to know anything status-wise, you can look right at the screen. It'll tell you what status it's in. If you've got your email set up through your web card, it'll email your Blackberries. I don't know if you guys got Blackberries. It'll go, and you can set certain things, and I'll go over that with that when we log into the browser.
Now, can you control from remote?
You can shut it off.
Can we lock that out?
Yeah, you can password protect it.
Right. I think that'd be
The browser.
Do the password protect the control piece of the browser, so you can see this, but you can't control it without a password.
Yeah, there's ways to do that. You can set it so that a certain password initiates an administrator, read-only, that type of deal. Same thing with emails. You don't want to be bothered with until it's a critical problem. You don't get emails, somebody else does, you know.
Great. So we can do some of that.
So then that'll all be in the...
Yeah, it has the ability to send sort of ping emails, I'm here, everything's okay. Do you want
Nope,
me
it
to-
doesn't send an email until there's an event.
Okay.
You know, it'll be like a warning or, you know, something like that. But yeah, anything you got to do, you're going to log in.
Okay.
And that password, you'll change that. Okay, from this screen, any key will bring you into a sub-menu
Okay.
where you have your controls, the status menu, setup menu, which is where that generator adjustments were, your event logging. This logs every event, up to 64 events. Then it starts to overwrite itself.
Okay.
The web card just keeps it appending it.
Keeps running log, yep.
Display is going to give you language, contrast. The beeper setup I set up loud, you can shut it right off.
Okay.
But right now the beep is power fail plus 30.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll beep after 30, you know, when it goes on battery.
Yeah.
I put the volume at medium. Like I said, you can disable the whole thing. Most of this stuff is all adjustable.
Plus 30 minutes? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 30 minutes left.
It'll probably beep, like it'll beep, you know, when it's on battery.
Right.
It'll beep, and then it might beep for another minute or two, but it'll start regularly beeping when it gets down to
30
the
minutes.
30.
Okay.
Diagnostics. If anything happens, you'll go into the diagnostics. Now, it'll display, like when I pull the battery out.
You're getting the alarm.
Exactly. If you actually hit a key, we'll say, go into your fault and diagnostics. All right, and that will tell you any alarms going on.
Okay.
Okay, if it's in bypass, it'll go in to bypass battery, inputs going, no bypass available, stuff like that. Problem with something, temperature. The system information is basically just what you've got here.
Yep.
Your firmware revision, the serial number of the unit, which I believe that's the serial number of the unit.
Yep.
The size of the VA, you got a 15K VA, and that's all it shows. Switch status is basically what you're going to see over there. The internal mechanical bypass switch here is open.
Okay.
Q3 over there, which is the bypass switch on that service bypass, is open, which is where you want to leave that unless you're in it.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. I've never seen any of these numbers. I guess that's if it's a parallel system.
Okay.
I've never seen any of this. Q1, Q2 can be reported back. I don't know how it's done because it doesn't look like there was enough terminals, but you really don't care.
No.
Q1's going to be on, Q2 is always going to be on. Unless you're in bypass. Your display, you went through that. Yeah. Your logging, you can view the log, and it'll tell you can see the time and date.
Yeah.
All right. This one actually has 100.
Nice.
Typical is. But this will get cleared when I leave because this has got mostly all the stuff that I
This is all
tested.
the startup test,
Right.
Test logs. We'll get rid of
Exactly.
all
View statistics, you can view it just by how many times it transferred the battery, went into bypass,
Okay.
stuff like that. Setup will be for like your alarms. So on your shutdown, what I did here is we typically do a turn on delay and a return battery capacity. You can change them.
that. Okay.
Typically what we do on site is we'll turn the delay on for 60 seconds. So power is going to come back on after a low battery shutdown.
Yeah.
and it's going to wait 60 seconds, and then the unit will come back on. It's also going to wait for a 15% battery charge.
Okay.
For that reason, the reason we set that is because we want to wait till